All right, what's going on? And welcome back to what we hope is your favorite sports talk radio program, Prater on the Ball Game. We are Idaho Sports Talk. I'm Johnny Ballgame, JP running our board, and my partner, Michael Prater, here with me in the studio. And Prater, we talked about it. We got a big announcement for this segment. We're going to bring on BJ Rains, longtime sports writer, Bronco Nation News, and Prater, yeah, this was the time. We teased it a little bit. We're going to have fun, and this is how sports fans, Boise State sports fans, it's going to be a little easier to access their favorite team moving forward. What's up, Prater?
Yeah, we're fired up about this one. Welcome, BJ. We appreciate having you back on your Friday 4 o'clock segment. Big news coming out of Bronco Nation News with BJ Rains, our good buddy, and then right here at KTIK 95.3 FM, 1350 AM, the tickets. The three of us, the two of us, whatever number you want to throw out there, have entered into an official business partnership to bring you the best Boise State news, video, and game coverage you can possibly find anywhere in the Treasure Valley. This is BJ Rains, as you guys have seen, his brand new website, his brand new company, Bronco Nation News. It's the best in the business. We're honored to be partnering with you, BJ. We feel like between Ballgame and myself, what KTIK brings, the resources we have in the house, combined with you and what you've created, which is, I think, is just a fascinating business model and fascinating development for media coverage in this valley. We're honored to have you on board, bud. Welcome to KTIK. I guess you're an official part of the family now. What more do you have to say, my friend? Welcome to KTIK and the official business partnership.
Does that mean I have to take direction from JP now?
Yes, and that means you also have to use the Johnny Ballgame stall in the bathroom that nobody wants to use.
Well, I'm going to let that one go, but I'm excited, guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. This has been something that's been in the works for several weeks, months, really, going back to the discussions we've had. And yeah, this is, not just some, thing we threw together. This is an actual contract. This is a big deal, and really excited about this. The new wave of digital media with live streaming and things like that. We're going to take Boise State coverage, which I already selfishly think that you guys and myself were already at the top. I think it's going to go to a new level now with this partnership. We're going to be able to do live streaming, segments of your shows on both the social media channels of KTIK as well as the social media channels of Bronco Nation News. We're going to be able to do live streaming. If you get a Kellen Moore, when you have, if you get a Boise State related guest, if Jeremiah Dickey comes on your show on the radio side, you can also now have a video element of that that will go out on the Bronco Nation News channels as well as the KTIK channels. Both websites are going to have link backs to the other websites. We're going to have content on each other's websites. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think the live streaming is going to be a big deal. And then another thing I'm excited about is that, in addition to me continuing to come on with you guys are going to come on with me. Johnny is going to do a weekly segment every Monday at 9 o'clock, and Prater is going to be on Thursdays at 9 o'clock moving forward. So we'll have, 30 minutes basically once a week with Johnny, once a week with Prater on our channels to talk with you guys and vice versa. And I think it's just going to be a lot of fun kind of pooling the resources here and putting things together. And I'm really excited about the potential here, which I think, as we've kind of talked about, has some even bigger potential moving forward.
This is peanut butter and jelly, BJ Rains. I mean, these two things are going to go well together. I'm happy that you're on our team. I'm happy to be on your team. Yeah, it's just going to be just a little easier for Bronco Nation to access Bronco Nation News and KTIK Sports Radio, the tickets. So now we all got to step it up. We got to deliver a very hungry fan base, BJ. This is a fan base that wants to get back to a major bowl game. This is a fan base that wants to go dancing in March outside of the NIT. So hopefully the future is bright for Boise State on the blue and on the hardwood, but also between us, what we're doing here, providing the best possible coverage. So I'm glad that the suits all agreed on this. I didn't have much to do with this whole thing, as probably a smart move. I was crossing my fingers, Rains, but the suits made it happen, and they signed this deal, put pen to paper on it. So this is the start of a new beautiful friendship. Mike Prater and BJ Rains. Prater, if I would have told you 12 years now, let's go 8 years ago, that you will one day be working side by side with John Mallory and BJ Rains, you probably would have said, "Oh God, my life is gonna suck."
What the hell happened along the way? No, I mean, yeah, there was a back in the day where, and BJ and I have talked about this a lot. We competed against each other, and BJ and I are very similar, and we're very aggressive. We're very competitive. We want to rule the world. We want to take names and kick butt. and that's exactly why BJ Rains has become so damn successful in this town, and I appreciate it. And that's why this partnership, and that's why this radio show is succeeding, Ball Game, because you came along, because BJ came along, and you've partnered up, and we've done fantastic things, and we're going to continue to do fantastic things. BJ, 8 years ago, I wanted to kick your ass. Right now, I'm honored that you're part of this team, and I think this is going to be the best news coverage this city has ever had when it comes to Boise State athletics. We're talking football, basketball, all across the board. BJ, I cannot wait to get started on Monday.
Well, I appreciate it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I will say this, right now we are making history, guys. We are already live on not only the Bronco Nation News social media channels, but we are live on the KTIK Twitter account as well. And I know you guys are working to get some new cameras and things for your studio, but folks watching right now can see myself on there. So this, I think, is KTIK First, where your show is being streamed live on a social media channel, at least this segment. And so that's one of the many cool things we're going to be able to do. We can take comments. You guys have your texting, on the screen where folks can text you. We've already got all kinds of comments popping up on the screen here. Some that I can say, some I probably can't. But people are excited about this, and it's just the interactions now with the social media element. And I know you guys are going to expand some of your things, and whether we going to bring Bob Beeler involved, and just the things that you guys can do when you talk Boise State. You can interact live on video as well as the audio side of it, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, we're live on social media right now. So moving forward, my segments will be continue to be streamed and broadcast on the Bronco Nation News channels as well as the KTIK channels, vice versa. When you guys come on, it'll be on our channels as well. And you know what? The cool thing is, if there's breaking news at 12 o'clock and you guys don't go on the air till 3, the three of us can jump on social media and have a little video talk here about whatever the news is before your show starts. So there's a lot of ways we can interact with fans and get the news out there quickly. And you talk about your guys' experience. You talk about what Bob does. I'm scheduled to travel to every basketball game the rest of the season. So nice. You talk about the commitment that our two outlets are putting together here. I agree, Prater. I hate to toot our own horn, but I don't think you're going to find more comprehensive or better Boise State coverage, moving forward. So I think that the power and what you guys have built at KTIK and allowing me to be a part of it, I think it's going to help both of our shows and platforms and businesses and programs moving forward. And I'm super excited, and we'll officially start with John Mallory Monday at 9 a.m. Live on the social media channels.
BJ, as you travel around, make sure you send very, very expensive per diems to JP. He'll take care of you on that. That's part of the business arrangement around here. It doesn't even have to be written in the contract. That's just standard operating procedure around here. Free lunches, free dinners, as fancy a restaurants as you possibly want, and all receipts go to JP. You just mentioned Johnny Mallory. You've teased the video part of it. Talk about Monday with Johnny Mallory. Talk about Thursdays with myself. What's that going to look like? How can they find it? Where can they find it? What is this?
Well, again, we had done some stuff, Prater, at previous stops together, and again, this new wave of technology. If the COVID did anything positive, was it showed some of the technology and things that you can do moving forward in terms of broadcasting and things like that. So as I am right now, my video is live on all the social media channels, and we can bring in your video and Johnny's video, and we can have basically a Zoom conversation, but with video and all kinds of. We can show highlights of the basketball games. We can show video clips of player and coach, interviews. Keith Bonifat talking today. You guys can play the audio. Well, we can also play video of Keith Bonifat talking on here as well. So we're going to basically have you're each going to kind of have your own show, and it'll just be you and me on different days. Just sitting around talking sports and recapping what's going on with Boise State football, basketball, other sports. And like I said, the fact that it's live is we can take live comments from fans through Facebook or Twitter or YouTube and put those on the air as well. So it's going to be really cool. It's just going to be expanding the coverage, expanding the shows. And so, again, that'll be on all the Bronco Nation News social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, the website, as well as the KTIK website, the KTIK Twitter and Facebook pages as well. So you're going to be able to find it anywhere KTIK or Bronco Nation News is, and then we'll have dedicated pages, as I said, on the website where you can go watch the older video clips, the older show things. And again, I think it's just going to be a lot of fun, and there'll be some shows that you guys stream where it's just you two on your show having a Boise State segment that still shows up on my channels, and then there'll be vice versa. So I think it's just a way to expand both of our brands and our reach, and I think Boise State fans are going to get their coverage taken to a new level here in this new digital age.
I love it. Glad everything worked out. Glad we are now contractual partners, KTIK and Bronco Nation News. So looking forward to it, BJ. What this segment, we're still going to keep this obviously Fridays with BJ Rains. And I guess I'll start off. You want to talk some sports for a sec? I think we spent 10 minutes on congratulating the new agreement. Let's get into this segment. What do you say, man?
Let's do it, man. That's why we're here.
Boise State basketball. I mean, it feels like forever that they've played a game, that Fresno game, BJ, and before that, Montana Tech. What's going on? What can you tell us? What do you have, Boise State hoops?
Well, I can say that I did confirm that the team is out of quarantine, at least the players that passed the protocols. The 5-day quarantine period ended last night. And those players that tested negative and were part of the, not part of the testing positive, or I guess cleared the protocols, they were able to return today. So organized team activities did return today. There's, multiple days to kind of ease back into it after you've had 6 days of not doing anything. But I'm told if all goes to plan, if the tests continue to go the way they're going, there's going to be enough players available where Boise State feels pretty good about playing the next game on the schedule, which is Wednesday at Nevada. So they had the positive test, as everybody knows, on January 1st. Those that were testing positive had to ride in a car together back to Boise. The rest of the team that tested negative was able to get on the charter and head back. And then starting Sunday was the 5-day quarantine, and that ended last night. So they're back on the court in some capacity today, and they'll continue to gear back up. And they're pretty confident Wednesday night in Reno they'll be able to play a basketball game.
BJ, they were playing such great basketball before all this, this break happened. And, this team as well as anybody. How is this going to affect what we see on the basketball court?
Well, it's no doubt we've seen that teams that have the COVID pauses certainly have, been sluggish out of the gate. But the one thing Boise State has working for them is Nevada is also in a COVID pause right now. And I'm told their 5-day quarantine won't end until Sunday. So they're actually going to be 2 days behind Boise State. And they're only going to have 2 days of practice before they hope to be able to get cleared to play on Wednesday. So Boise State's actually, even with the break, is catching a little bit of a break that the team they're playing, Nevada, also is not practicing right now, won't practice till at least Monday at the earliest. So it is usually an issue at times, and you do see teams that come sluggish out of the gate when you sit around for 5-6 days. I am told that some of the players, even in quarantine, were able to still maybe do some basketball activities on their own. There were just no official formal team practices, but I don't think all the guys just went 6 days without taking a shot or dribbling a ball. So they did what they can. And yeah, they were rolling. It did not come at a good time. I know it was a tough stretch ahead, and the 3 games that got postponed were all tough games, but they were rolling, had the 7-game winning streak, and was certainly disappointing for it to happen when it did. But you hope that they get this out of the way and they're able to, get back on track and play the rest of the games. And I think the Mountain West, either today or in the near future, will be announcing some rescheduled dates. And I think they're going to try to get all these games in.
That would be such a bonus to get these games in and for Boise State to have what can be somewhat of a normal schedule. I can't wait for March, and I don't want it to be screwed up any more than it already has been this year. BJ, again, congratulations to you. Congratulations to both of the companies here. And Mondays with Mallory Monday, ball game on Monday, whatever. I'm just worried about having to get up and work at 9 a.m, Prater. That's going to feel like 4 a.m. for me.
Make it happen, buddy. Make it happen.
We'll just have to check with JP on whatever the FCC rules are. I think they're a little different on social media, so that might help you too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We might like that idea. A little salty talk at 9 o'clock on a Monday. Hey, by the way, and we beat up JP so much around here, and rightfully so. And let's not get away from that. But it also should be noted that the one guy who put in the yeoman's amount of work to put this sucker together, BJ, you had an idea. And I said, talk to JP. So I passed the buck. Johnny Ballgame had absolutely nothing to do with this. And it did take some severe business partnership, corporate policy, corporate red tape. JP called every program director across this country looking for ideas. He had to convince the suits who weren't really fond of this idea in the beginning.
Yeah.
Big round of applause to JP. We're not sucking up to you, JP. We'll start beating you up here again in a minute, but JP's the reason why this sucker was put together. You did all the dirty work. JP, I know your hands are full. Now you have to babysit all 3 of us. Good luck, my friend, but thanks for putting it together.
Not only am I running a radio station, I'm now running a TV station of sorts as well.
And a daycare and a nursery.
Happy to do it. This is going to be good. This is going to be fun.
Enjoy the weekend, and it's going to be nice to make things official. We're working together again, BJ. Good stuff.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good weekend. And Johnny, we'll see you Monday, 9 a.m.
I'll be ready. I will. Monday, 9 a.m. with BJ. So that was the big news. Just going to be easier for both of us at KTIK and Bronco Nation News. We already did kind of work together, Prater. Now it's completely official. And we're, again, signed, sealed, delivered, contractual partners, KTIK and Bronco Nation News.
Looking forward to it. Very fired up, very excited, and we cannot wait to get after this. We truly do want to become the biggest, baddest Boise State coverage you can possibly want, and it's going to happen, I promise you.
Coming up, is Brett Rippon, is he going to put on an NFL uniform for the final time in his career tomorrow in a game we're airing? Mike Prater, I think he thinks he will. Is that going to be the last of it for Rippon? What about Leighton Vander Esch? Is this his last regular season game with the Dallas Cowboys? Some very important things coming from NFL Week 18. We'll get there in Rock Jocks Pop Culture. Once again, a family 4-pack of Idaho Steelhead tickets we're giving away this hour. Don't miss it. KTIK